The winds continue this morning, a high wind warning in effect until 10 a.m.
Plus, scientists say climate change is a consequence of global warming and the worst is yet to come.
Plus, it's a boy. The living desert is welcoming the long-awaited baby giraffe into the world.
KMIR Today at 6:30 starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, April Fool's Day. You're watching KMIR Today. I'm Thalia Hayden.
And I'm Gloria Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. Happy April Fool's Day to you. Hopefully you don't get fooled today.
We were about to play a trick on you, but we didn't. We couldn't get down far enough. We're gonna pop up from the desk.
Yeah, you know what? There might still be a little trick in store for you this morning. But thank you so much for joining us, for taking a live look outside right now on your general air conditioning camera here in Palm Desert. And you can see there's some clouds in the sky and a few winds this morning.
Let's look at those temperature highs according to meteorologist Greg Bennett. As you see, kind of cool today. We're looking at 74 in Palm Desert. Palm Springs 72, Desert Hot Springs 71, so people will definitely enjoy these cooler temperatures.
Let's talk more about those winds.
They just won't quit. There is a high wind warning in place until 10 o'clock this morning. Winds reached up to 75 miles per hour overnight, if you noticed. Now things should be calming down, but do make sure to stay safe on those roadways, because there could be debris that had fallen.
Let's get a check of our weather.
Meteorologist Greg Bennett joins us with a look at your lifestyle weather forecast.
All right, folks, we were talking about it. That cold front brought in the wind advisory yesterday, continuing the trend in today, but very short-lived. I think we're going to be done with it by 7 o'clock in the morning this morning. But still, your early morning commute, you need to take it easy on those roadways. We're talking isolated gusts all the way up to 75 miles per hour. Continuing to monitor this cold front, at least for today. I'm still calling for just some cloud cover. Chances for rainfall, though, that is out there. Temperatures in the lower 70s. We'll give you more details. It's all coming up in your lifestyle weather forecast.
The daughter of Captain Zaharie isn't keeping quiet when it comes to tabloids. The pilot's daughter, allegedly quoted in a Daily Mail article, lashes out at the comments. Sarah Sadner has that story.
A daughter lashes out at a British tabloid that uses her name to cast doubt on her father's mental state. Aisha Zaharie's father has become synonymous with flight MH370. Captain Zaharie Ahmed Shah, the pilot of the missing flight. According to the Daily Mail article, a family friend quotes Aisha Zaharie saying her father wasn't the father I knew. He seemed disturbed and lost in a world of his own. Captain Zaharie is among many being scrutinized during the investigation into the plane's disappearance. Investigators searched his home and poured through data on his flight simulator, but no evidence of wrongdoing has been found. His heartbroken daughter is incensed and says the article is flat out false. On her Facebook page, she posts an open letter to the Daily Mail saying, quote, "You should consider making movies since you are so good at making up stories and scripts out of thin air. May God have mercy on your souls. You can bet your ass I will not forgive you." We have reached out to the Daily Mail and are awaiting comment. As Zaharie's family aches from his absence, they have shied away from media attention, and they say all the attention and suspicion surrounding their father is, quote, torturing them.
The time right now, 33 minutes after the hour.
Here's what's making news headlines around the nation this morning. The head of General Motors is in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today and tomorrow, testifying about those faulty ignition switches that killed more than a dozen drivers. Tracy Potts has this story.
General Motors will do the right thing. That's what CEO Mary Barra plans to tell Congress today as she testifies here amid a brand new recall involving a sudden loss of power steering. That brings the total to 6 million GM vehicles now recalled. Sarah Troutwine's family believes the initial problem, a faulty ignition switch on her Chevy Cobalt, led to her death. NBC confirmed that Barra met with families last night, apologized, and saw pictures of some of the 13 victims who died. Today, she'll apologize publicly and admit, as she did in this YouTube video, that the company still doesn't know why it took more than a decade to detect the problem.
Clearly, the fact that it took over 10 years indicates that we have work to do to improve our process.
Congressional staffers have sifted through 200,000 documents, including one that shows a GM engineer signed off on a change to fix those switches before testifying that he knew nothing about it.
What we would like to see is for General Motors to take a step back, and instead of trying to just make this switch better, build the safest possible switch on all the vehicles they have out there.
We'll also hear today from the head of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration about what government regulators knew and when. Tracy Potts, KMIR News.
A new report says the Coachella Valley may be on the way to a bigger industrial future. The report from a Redlands economist says that within the next 20 years, the valley could be in line for more than 3,000 high-tech jobs and more than 80 new companies operating locally. CVEP President Thomas Flavin says the experts' estimates are very possible.
There is a reasonable expectation that we can help our companies create 3,500 direct new jobs in the technology sector with a significant multiplier of another 5,000 plus. That's 8,000 jobs.
The Coachella Valley iHub was formed in 2011 to attract business and development to the Coachella Valley.
A dire warning from the UN's panel on climate change. The Nobel Prize-winning group of scientists say the dangerous consequences of global warming are well underway, but the worst is yet to come. The panel says global warming is what's behind many of the Earth's deadly floods, killer heat waves, destructive wildfires, and devastating droughts. The report places blame squarely on greenhouse emissions like carbon dioxide given off by cars and power plants.
Spring storms are a welcomed relief to parts of Northern California. Snowy weather in the Sierra is giving the region's ski resorts a much-needed boost. Snowplows were out in full force, keeping roads clear and safe for driving. For some motorists, the snow was more than they expected, though. Many had to install snow chains on their tires. Up to 8 inches of snow fell in some areas. The Las Vegas skyline has changed yet again, this time showcasing what's billed as the world's largest observation wheel. Take a look at it. The High Roller, as it's called, is a 550-foot tall Ferris wheel, and it opened to the public for the first time yesterday. The wheel has 28 glass-enclosed cabins that can fit up to 40 people each, taking riders on a breathtaking journey. It's located in the center of the strip between the Quad Resort and Casino and the Flamingo Las Vegas, directly across from Caesar's Palace. The wheel is part of the Link. That's a new outdoor shopping, dining, and entertainment district in Sin City. Taylor Swift made a surprise visit to a Rhode Island hospital yesterday.
Without the media or an entourage, the singer spent 5 hours visiting with some of the hospital's youngest patients. Dan Jainig takes us there.
It was an amazing experience.
When Sandra Carricker of Attleboro brought her 9-year-old son Nathan to Hasbro Children's Hospital Monday.
The child life lady came in and she said, "I gotta whisper something to you." And I'm like, okay.
The whisper wasn't about Nathan's seizures coming back or the tests he'll undergo or even about his medications. It was something far more powerful.
And I was like, no. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. So I got my camera ready, I got everything ready, and my son just looked at her and I started crying. Without press releases and cameras or an entourage, superstar Taylor Swift arrived.
Nate, say hi. Say hi, Taylor. Say hi to him. You gotta say, I love Taylor.
He kind of looked at me first, and he looked up and he went, hi, Taylor. Like he knew her from, you know, way back when or something.
And that's probably because he did. He listened to her songs over and over before he was even able to speak his own words.
She came in, she sat, she talked to him, she kissed him, she played a little piano with him, and she gave me a hug. And she was just very sweet, she even introduced herself as if we didn't know who she was.
Taylor. We've been playing piano. He loves it.
Yes. Everybody's asking me, did she sing? She wasn't there for that.
She didn't sing to Nathan, but what she did for him in his room in less than 10 minutes will speak to him forever.
He didn't talk till he was almost 4. And some of the songs, like at the end of a riff, he would pick up the individual little words here and there. And we used to just play our music over and over and over again, and he would pick up the words. And that was kind of fun, you know. And I always dreamed of telling her.
That's so sweet. What a thrill it must have been for that little guy.
Definitely. Time right now, 39 past the hour. Coming up after the break.
We're finding some loving homes for some adoptable pets this morning. Stay tuned to see if you'd like to adopt one of the dogs or cats that we have in studio. Stay with us. You are watching KMIR Today.
With the freighters towering over.